To most, the barn at the base of campus doesn't look like anything else but a barn. In fact, it's an entire world of its own. As of this fall, the barn has become a completely student-run and organized theater production called Barnstorm, one of the few in the U.S. college system.
Barnstorm is just a chance where anyone who has any interest in anything can do whatever they want to do.
One of the main goals of creating this was the faculty members realized that there were becoming fewer and fewer opportunities for students.
It was kind of a crazy idea of one of our professors.
I know in the University of California system, this is something all of its own.
What Barnstorm allows people to do is have a space where they can have an idea and get it produced in a short amount of time. We are hoping at some point that Barnstorm becomes a place where all students can show their art, not just theater arts students. One of our plans was to turn this lobby into a gallery space originally, but there's so many things to do and so little time to do it.
There's very little sleep involved. I will not be shy about that fact. I don't get very much sleep at all, and there's a lot of stress involved. That's kind of just how a theater and company exists.
The best way to get involved is to email us at barnstorm@ucsc.edu and just tell us what you want to do and how you want to help, because we will put you to work most certainly, because there's plenty to do.
Barnstorm is a 5-unit class on the campus of UC Santa Cruz too, so I mean, you can get credit for being a part of this.
Reporting in the barn itself, I'm Rachel Benish with Banana Slug News. Back to you in the studio.
I've seen 2 productions made by Barnstorm, and they were both a blast.
The barn is a great place to catch a production. That's lucky lesson 11.
My lucky number's 7.
The correct lucky number is 11. That's lesson 12. It's editorial time. This week, Chris Guerrero is doing something a little different with his editorial. He wants to talk about a new journey in his life. Chris?
Thanks, guys. This isn't as much an editorial as it is a look inside myself, a critique of all that is Chris. Yes, this fashionable and sensitive man you see before you just doesn't cut it in his own eyes. Luckily, there's a group of people out there that had the answers to all of life's meanings. At first, I was afraid. I didn't know if I could be accepted by my new peers, but soon I found that it was easy. All I had to do was be exactly like them in every way, and not to conform to any social norms. My fears were dissipated when I was completely accepted by these people, aptly named the Scenesters. Kids, you too can feel the pure bliss which is acceptance. As long as you dress the same, listen to the same music, and make fun of those who aren't like you. Give in to the scene masters. Let all of your thoughts and feelings be controlled by the scene. Believe the scene is superior to all forms of human life. Kids, the only thing that can truly love you is the scene. Everyone on the outside hates you. Don't conform to society by conforming to us. Wait. One last thought. When did people stop thinking for themselves? When did the anti-establishment become the establishment? The scene is starting to look like a group of fascists other than a group of like-minded people. Don't conform to society? Well, when you create your own, you're conforming to society. Hate to tell you this, but this seems a little sketchy. But the real question is, how many scene points was that?
Interesting views, Chris.
I'm feeling a bit hungry, but I don't know what to do.
Well, I do. One kind of hot chocolate is enough for most people, but there's a restaurant downtown that offers not 1, but 6 different kinds of hot chocolate and food to boot. Who has the audacity to create such a place besides Willy Wonka himself? Natalie Phillips investigates.
We all love dining food in our own special ways, but sometimes it can be necessary to take a break from the lunch lines and the trays and go downtown. For those of you whose sweet tooth cannot be satisfied by a vegan fruit crumble, try Coming to Chocolate, located downtown on Pacific Street.
I started this 5.5 years ago. It came out of a previous restaurant called So Say We, which was on Front Street. I wouldn't call it an Italian theme. I would say more that it's inspired by my background in Italy, which is very different. our mole is really popular. Our combination salads, a lot of luncheon items that get popular all the way into the 11 o'clock at night, you know, little combination plates of complicated salads with soup, or our pasta rosettes are another specialty, which are fresh pasta.
This reporter personally recommends the organic Caesar salad, which has a potent and unique taste due to the creamy gorgonzola dressing. The food overall is excellent, but what really makes chocolate special is its wide variety of rich hot chocolates, whose ingredients hail anywhere from Italy to Venezuela.
Our most popular chocolate is definitely the Sofia, which is an Italian-inspired cocoa, and it's strong. Truffles are really popular. I think we've got like 10 kinds. We make those here. Many people who come here because this is where their friends come and this is where they'll see them. There are people who come here specifically for the truffles, and there's a lot of people who come here because they know they can eat their lunch or dinner, you know, outside, get organic food, not have to worry that somebody's feeding them crap, you know, which is something that you have to worry about a lot. It's good food. That's what I think.
Because of chocolate's romantic yet laid-back atmosphere, and because of its wide range of delectable desserts, chocolate receives 5 out of 5 slugs. I know I'll be coming back soon. And you can come too. Chocolate is open every day from 11 to 11. This is Natalie Phillips. Back to you in the studio.
Simply scrumptious, Natalie.
That just made me more hungry.
Hunger makes you stronger. Lesson 13.
I'll just march hungrily on then.
I'm tired of teaching the audience lessons. Isn't there someone else who could do it for me?
You're in luck.
Here's Horrible Marionette to answer your questions and maybe, just maybe, redeem mankind. Horrible?
And now it's time for
Horrible Marionette!
Bowen from Crown writes, Dear Horrible Marionette, how do you reconcile the experience of free will with a universe apparently governed by deterministic rule?
Well, Bowen, whether or not you reconcile that isn't under your control anyway, so you may as well not worry about it. Have fun doing nothing original.
Jesse from Kresge writes, Dear Horrible Marionette, why do goblins have such a bad rep?
Well, Jesse, goblins have been known to weave nightmares out of gauzy fabric and insert it into people's ears, which probably makes some folks biased against them. Also, they're not real.
Max from Porger writes, Dear Horrible Marionette, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Well, Max, 3. I think what we learned today, kids, is that sometimes the world is a scary place. There's child-hungry woodchucks and hateful scheming goblins around every corner. And there's nothing you can do about it since you don't have free will. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun anyway. Thanks, Horrible Marionette!
Why didn't I think of that?
You're welcome, kids. Have a horribly amazing week.
Thanks, Horrible. You know, I think I learned a valuable lesson today.
You didn't.
You're probably right. Well, that does it for this educational episode. Be sure to go to our website at www.bsn28.org. I'm Jake Riegel.
And I'm Lily Begler. You can email us at bananaslugnews@hotmail.com. That's lesson 14. Good news and good night.